And the Lib Dem MP has gone to the Muslim community and said, what can I do to keep in at Rochdale? And they've said, alhamdulillah, make Gaza an election issue. It's astonishing. Gaza is the election issue in Rochdale. And that is how people power can make things happen. The Muslim community is not the majority, but they've switched the balance of power. I am a member of the Respect Party. There is no Respect candidate in Rochdale at the moment, but there is in Bradford. Respect is the only political party that isn't aligned with any of these Friends of Israel. The other three parties all have branches of Friends of Israel within their ranks. Gordon Brown has said, and he's reported in Hansard as saying, Israel has no greater friend than the British government. I have written now so many times to my MP, he's a Tory, and I send him letters and he has to respond back to me. And he is raising the issue of Palestine with the Labour government continually, and they couldn't care less. They're not interested in helping the Palestinians. In fact, the last letters that went to the Foreign Office, to David Miliband's office, was, why are we still giving weapons to the Zionist state? A state which is using its weapons on women and children. We know this because of the death toll in Gaza. And yet, we are supplying weapons. The British government is supplying weapons to Israel. Why don't they put them on a banned list? Why don't they impose sanctions on them? Even the Israeli soldiers have now admitted, yeah, we're carrying out war crimes. Why isn't this government doing something? At the next election, it doesn't matter if it's the parish council election, if it's the council election, if it's the general election. Next time anyone comes knocking to your door and says, vote for me, say, why should I? What did you do to stop the war in Gaza? Where were you when Gaza was being bombed? What have you done to stop the killing of women and children? And, you know, you just see how effective people power has been down the road in Rochdale. Individually, we can do great things. You could be the 1,000th signature on a petition. You could be the straw that breaks that camel's back. All sorts of things can be achieved with letter writings, writing to newspapers, raising profiles, signing petitions, refusing to buy Zionist products, challenging the supermarket manager, challenging your local dealer, why are you selling this product? I'm not going to buy it. Individually, you can make a difference. Collectively, you can make a bigger difference, which is why it is vitally important that we unite behind the Palestinians. And if any of you are thinking, well, why the Palestinians, why not another group of people? As Muslims, if it wasn't for the heroic resistance of the Palestinian people, we would have lost Masjid al-Aqsa a long, long time ago, the third holiest site in Islam, and it would have gone were it not for the heroic resistance shown by our brothers and sisters. Surely we should be able to stand shoulder to shoulder with our brothers and sisters and support them. And we can do it in so many different ways. As I said to you before, when I came to Islam, the day I took my Shahada, I knew I was joining the greatest family in the world. And I know it doesn't matter where in the world I go, I know that if I shout out for help, brothers and sisters will come running to help me. Just in the same way as I would like to think if somebody shouted for my help, I would do whatever I can for them. And before I go now, because I know everybody's getting hungry, there are cards and leaflets around for boycotting Israeli goods. There are all sorts of other events that are happening. If you're curious at all about the Respect Party, there's a meeting on Friday the 14th at Cafe Regal in White Abbey Road. I went there today. They actually do real Afghan tea, and I haven't tasted tea like that since I was captured by the Taliban, and that is a compliment, it's not a criticism. It was really, really wonderful drinking their Afghan tea. So there's a meeting, a respect meeting at 7 o'clock on Friday, August the 14th. If you're curious, go along, ask them what you can do, what they can do. There are many, many different things that we can do, but I just want to leave you with this little story. I was at a similar event in London organised by a group of sisters last week, and this sister Mariam, she was 15 or 16, paraplegic. She could hardly talk, but she asked her mother to meet me, and her mother pushed her in her wheelchair to meet me, and she said, I want to come on the next Viva Palestina to Gaza. And I said, well, have you asked your parents? And she said, my parents took me to Hajj, and I've been on Hajj 4 times, mashallah. And I just said, well, if you can manage Hajj, because it is a really physical, mentally challenging task, I said, if you can manage Hajj, I'm sure you can come on our convoy. And she said, and Sister Yvonne, I'm not afraid of the Israelis. And I said, why is that? I didn't say to her, you won't see any Israelis on our trip because we don't go through Israel. And I said, why are you not afraid of the Israelis? She said, because I'm a Muslim and we fear no one but Allah. I hope Sister Mariam comes on the trip with us because she is a remarkable young girl. And I hope that if you can't come on Viva Palestina's next mission to Gaza, which is in December, that you will support us in any way you can. Least of all, just, you know, try and raise funds for us. Support the brothers and sisters who will be joining us, and above everything else, please make dua for us. Thank you very much. Oh, and you can still buy the DVD, it's a tenner. And 25% goes to Islamic Help for their next project in Gaza. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sister Yvonne. I think we should finish off now because food is almost ready, but I want to just make a couple of comments to pick up on what Sister Yvonne said. As Yvonne said, last time we went down, the majority of the people were actually men. And this time we are aiming to have as many sisters to join the convoy as well. I know many sisters are already raising funds and doing fundraising dinners and stuff all over Bradford. Get in touch with us and we can all become coordinated, and inshallah we want to see more women on the convoy next time.